So in my last Mavs video, I was kind of just talking about the Grant Williams signing, kind of reacting to that, also kind of reacting to the Matisse Thybulle signing, and then had to go in and cut that part out. But I wanted to come on today to just reinforce the fact that the Dallas Mavericks had potentially the best offseason in the NBA this year. Due to, I mean, they didn't get the best players or anything, but they built up their team, and everything just fits. Dereck Lively, I think he's going to be a day one starter. People tend to disagree with me on that. I think he's going to be, if not a day one starter, at least starting by the deadline. Omax Prosper's a stud. They get Richaun Holmes as well. They get off Davis Bertans' contract, and they re-sign Kyrie. I mean, that's a heck of an offseason right there, and we haven't even talked about their other two free agent signings. Before we get started, though, if you do enjoy today's video at any point, make sure to stick around till the end of the video, hit the like button, leave me a comment, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, because odds are you're not subscribed, and it takes a second hand of your time, and it means a lot to me. So let's go ahead and get started looking at the big moves made so far this offseason. I mean, this wasn't really a big move, but Seth Curry on a 2-year, $9 million deal. I mean, get out of here. That's crazy steal right there. 9.2 points, 1.6 assists, 1.6 rebounds last year. Now, that's not exactly, blowing anybody's minds, but he's a guy that's going to come in. He's going to be an elite shooter right off the bat, 46% from the field, 41% from three. I mean, his name is Curry, for crying out loud. He did that in about 20 minutes a game last year for Brooklyn. So coming to Dallas, playing off of Kyrie, playing off of Luka, he's going to be even better. And then they signed Grant Williams to a 4-year, $53 million deal, just north of about $13 million a year. And I actually kind of like that. Only 8.1 points, 4.6 rebounds, 1.7 assists, but he's one of those attitude type guys. He can come in, he can either start or come off the bench for the Mavs, but he feels a need in terms of a pretty good shooter, 40% from three, 45% from the field in 26 minutes last year, but a guy that can also play defense, rebound. Maybe he can't make the game-winning free throws, but he's a good, tough guy for you. And then they also get off of Reggie Bullock in that Grant Williams deal, and that is not even talking about their draft. Also, they still have, the full MLE to use, and then a little bit of cap space on top of that. So, maybe some other, there's still some free agents out there they can look into. Now, the draft. They traded back to 12, got off of Davis Bertans' $16 million contract in the process, and they bring in a home run pick for them. I mean, this is who I would have had him pick at 10. You're talking about an elite paint presence at, 7'2" with shoes on? I mean, the dude can dunk almost without jumping, which is just insane. We've seen it already in the Summer League. He can control the paint. I mean, he's not going to put up 20 a game, but he's a guy that can immediately come in and make his presence felt. I mean, catching lobs from Luka. People make a... Clint Capella has made a lot of money in the NBA setting screens and rolling to the rim. And I think, this guy, not quite as big as Clint Capella, but he's taller and longer. I think it's a home run pick. I think he's a guy that can come in and immediately make an impact. Also, there's been reports that he's developing a 3-ball, so maybe a pick and pop as well. Dereck Lively, he's a home run pick for this Dallas Mavericks team. If you disagree with me, I'd be glad to debate with you down in the comment section below. Another guy that's a home run pick at 24. Omax Prosper. I mean, come on. You can't get any better than what the Dallas Mavericks just had. Richaun Holmes, decent paint presence as well. You bring him in to go on top of Omax Prosper and Dereck Lively. Come on now. I mean, it's not a great contract, but he's a guy that can come in. He can give you rotational minutes. Maybe not a playoff rotation piece, but regular season, he can be a decent bench piece for you. And then Omax Prosper, a guy who's going to start off coming off the bench this year, but he's only going to get better and better throughout the year. The perfect guy around Luka and Kyrie, kind of like what Grant Williams brings, only he's got way more upside on the defensive end due to his 7'2" wingspan. I mean, he's 6'8" already. Elite defender, one of the best defenders in all of college basketball last year. He can really do it all on the defensive end. Really like this pick. There's offensive potential as well. I mean, he put up like 20 the other night in the Summer League, so there's definitely, it was the Summer League, but there's definitely some potential on the offensive side of the ball for both Lively and Prosper. However, both of them are, defensive pieces from day one. Now, down the line, they can definitely grow that offensive skill set, but he's a rotation piece from day one, and that's what you try to get at pick 24. Mavs hit it out of the park, considering what they had to work with in the draft. Now, they are running it back with Luka and Kyrie, and I agree with this. I don't think they had enough time to gel last season. Kyrie, 3 years, basically a max contract over 3 years. There might be a player option on that 4th year, but I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But he averaged 27 a game last year, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Monster stat line from Kyrie. I mean, the dude was really, really good, and he deserves to get paid. He does bring some shenanigans off the court, but I feel like he's good enough talent that you can look past that. 51% from the field, 39% from 3, 1.1 steals. Him and Luka in the same backcourt is going to be dynamite, especially when they bring in elite defenders. Man, if they would have had Matisse Thybulle. God, that would have been perfect. But Omax Prosper has potential to be an even better defender than Matisse Thybulle, if you can believe that. Luka, I mean, he's insane. Almost 33 a game, 8 assists, 8.5 rebounds, 1.4 steals. But don't let that 1.4 steals trick you. I mean, he's not an elite defender by any stretch of the imagination. That's been the knock on Luka really the whole time. 50% from the field, 34% from 3. Dude is just a natural-born scorer. Now, who is going to be their third option on offense and also the number 3 in the starting lineup? Could it be Tim Hardaway Jr.? 2 years, $34 million is his contract, so it's kind of rough. They were looking to trade him, couldn't really do it. I've seen that there's been a proposed trade around Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bojan Bogdanovic to Detroit. THJ averaged about 14.5 and 3.5 last year. Not spectacular shooting splits. 39% from 3 is good. 40% from the field is not great. I've been a Tim Hardaway Jr. believer in Dallas for a while now. Last year it kind of burned me, but in years prior he was pretty good for them. So we'll see what happens. I think THJ, I think they keep him. If anything, to just be a bench piece. Now, guys they can develop. Jaden Hardy and Josh Green, excuse me. Both of these guys are going to be big pieces this year. Don't get it twisted, though. Josh Green, 9 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1.7 assists last year. He's in line for a huge year this year. I think he'll be the starter potentially. You know, that's still kind of up in the air. But 54% from the field, 40% from 3, 26 minutes per game. Very efficient in the minutes that he had last year. Did whatever they asked him to do. He's going to be a really nice piece for Dallas this year. And then Jaden Hardy. They've been drafting great in the second round here lately. 8.8 points, 1.9 rebounds, 1.4 assists as a rookie. But dude's been playing well in the summer league. He played well last season. You know, 45% from the field, 41% from 3 as a rookie is insane. Especially as a guard. People don't get that through their heads. 15 minutes per game. The per 36 numbers are through the roof. Dude was really, really good last year. Now, let's take a look at the rotations. Potentially the best backcourt in basketball. That's up for debate, but Luka and Kyrie offensively, I feel like you can say is the best backcourt in basketball. The other 3 guys on the court are guys that can knock down the 3-ball. You know, Lively, we'll see. I think the 3-ball has come a long way, you know, since he was at Duke. He didn't really shoot many threes this year. But in the offseason workouts, pre-draft workouts, the 3-ball looked good. So, really, other than Luka and Kyrie, everybody else's job is to play defense. Play defense, rebound. Lively has to protect the rim. Grant Williams, Josh Green can knock down the 3-ball to 40% clip. They've already proven that. I think it's a very, very good starting lineup. It all fits together very well. That's something that people in the NBA, they don't really look at it as a fit. They just look at it as superstars. I think that starting lineup fits together exceptionally well. Now, off the bench, you have Seth Curry, Jaden Hardy, Tim Hardaway Jr., Omax Prosper, and Richaun Holmes. I think this is a good bench unit. Omax Prosper is going to be the number 1 defender off the bench. Really the only defender off the bench. Jaden Hardy, Tim Hardaway Jr., Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jaden Hardy really just off the bench to bring in more scoring. I feel like they stagger Luka and Kyrie because they don't really have a backup point guard. But like I said, they can go 9 deep in the playoffs here. Maybe, you know, one of Dwight Powell or Richaun Holmes will get the backup center run. But I really like this Mavericks team. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, however. Maybe I'm overhyping them a little bit, but make sure to like button, hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. Leave me a comment, and with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.